Welcome to the Day 4 highlight show from the World Cup Qualifier held at the Olympic Training Center in San Diego, California, hosted by USA Field Hockey. We have an intriguing day's play ahead of us. So we look at the standings at the start of the day. Korea and USA leading the competition at the moment on 9 points each from 3 games. Belgium still in contention with 6 points, and Canada with a victory on day 3 having 3 points in the competition. France and Belgium yet to get on the scoreboard. And as we look at today's play, the first game of the day is France versus Belgium, a European battle, with Belgium looking to get a victory to stay in contention for a position in the final. Middle game of the day, Mexico versus Canada, and one would expect that the Canadians would be able to get a victory in this contest and provide them with a solid position in the third, fourth game come Saturday. Our last game of the day will be Korea versus USA, number 11 versus number 10 in the world, the two favourites for the tournament. Both teams will be looking to get a psychological edge should both teams make it to the final on Saturday. So an intriguing day's play ahead of us. Let's have a look at the highlights of today's action. And so to our first game of the day, France versus Belgium. France looking for a win to apply pressure to Korea and the USA, staying in the hunt in the World Cup qualifier. And it's Belgium off to a flying start. A goal from Anne-Sophie van Regenmortel in the 7th minute. France coming back with a penalty corner, but unable to execute in their corner game. A mistrap at the top of the circle, which is, unfortunately for the French, has been consistent throughout the tournament. Belgium having further opportunities to go ahead, but unable to penetrate the French defence any further in the first half. They did win a couple of penalty corners, and with no pressure on the top of the circle, the shot handily dealt with by the French goalkeeper. It was the Belgium who were mostly dominant, and indeed probably should have taken the lead with the number of chances that they had, or it further extended their lead in the first half. But it wasn't until the second half Belgium were able to extend their lead early in the second half, 39th minute, Anouk Rees with a field goal. From that point forward, it was all Belgium. Sophie Heerts, who's been one of the standout players of the tournament, creating an opportunity and winning a penalty stroke and standing forward and putting it away herself for a 3-0 lead in the 41st minute. Penalty corner for Belgian team, which was too high, and France, that's shooting yourself in the foot, folks, giving Belgium another opportunity. This time, a nice variation put away by Charlotte Devoy in the 48th minute, and Belgium again going forward, creating opportunity, not able to extend their lead. But Erica Cope, 59th minute, 5-0 to Belgium after the goalmouth scramble. And Sophie Heerts, again, the standout player on the field, who made the 6th goal for Belgium. A clever finish from the back line, and the scoreline finishes Belgium 6, France 0. So to our second game of the day, Canada playing Mexico, a Pan-American battle. And it was Canada who took the lead in the 7th minute after a hard strike out of the backfield and some clever play baseline before Robin Pendleton put the Canadians ahead with a field goal. But Mexico coming back at the Canadians, winning a penalty corner. Unfortunately for the Mexicans, creating a mistrap on the corner, but from the confusion that ensued afterwards, the first goal of the tournament for the Mexicans, a goal scored by Francisca Valdez. And didn't they enjoy the goal? And good luck to them for scoring their first goal of the tournament. But Canada it was who came back hard, winning a penalty corner for a tackle using the back of the stick. And step up Steph Jameson, who drills one down the post player side to give the Canadians the lead in the 23rd minute. That was the scoring for the first half, and indeed it took 20 minutes in the second half for Canada to score their next field goal, Thea Cully scoring in the 53rd minute. Final goal of the game, a penalty corner 1, and a clever variation, Jameson to Gillis in the 63rd minute, the final goal, and the end result, Canada 4, Mexico 1. And so to our final game of the day, USA versus Korea, a big game. Both sides looking for the victory, which would guarantee them a place in the final. And it was the USA that came out to a good start. Kerry Lingo with the goal shot here, well saved, but a penalty corner 1 off a Korean foot. And Claire Lawback opening her account for the tournament with a well-executed, fired shot into the low right zone. Rachel Dawson turning the ball forward, tackled from behind, penalty corner awarded. And Lawback it is who steps up again. repeats her display of the first corner and fires it in the low right zone, and the Koreans look a little bit shell-shocked. USA 2-0 lead, but the Koreans are a good side with a huge amount of power coming out of the backfield, and an unbelievable miss from Mi-Hyun Park, one of the informed strikers of the tournament. Perhaps she's losing her edge towards the end of the tournament, but the Koreans dominated the last 15-17 minutes of the first half and created a number of opportunities, albeit from narrow angles, and they would have hoped to have done better from these opportunities. Tran in the USA goal, not really overly tested. Some solid defensive play from the US as well, receiving hard balls across the circle. But eventually, Korea were able to get on the scoreboard after an attacking free hit, cleverly deflected into Nichols on the foot in the circle, and Dare Kim it was who played through the well-held whistle by the umpire and hit the first goal for the Koreans. 2-1 going into the half. Some clever footwork from the Koreans, but unable to get that all-important equalising goal as the half-time siren approached. USA leading the game 2-1 at half-time. In the second half, USA started very positively, had a number of opportunities early, but were unable to capitalise. And off a counter-attack, classic Korean play, ball falls in behind Rachel Lawson, and it's Dare Kim again for the Koreans with 8 minutes left in the match, equalising the game at 2-2. And a real barn burner of a finish ensued. Katie O'Donnell stealing the ball off the back Korean defender, unable to execute. End-to-end stuff as the clock winding down, both teams knowing a win secures their spot in the final. USA with what could have been a very costly turnover as the game wound down, but a very timely tackle from Kerry Lingo inside the 25. A captain's tackle kept the danger out for the USA. One last opportunity for the USA, but nobody able to be on the end of it, and the game ends tied in a 2-2 draw. USA 2, Korea 2. And so a recap of today's play, the results, starting off with the France-Belgium game. Belgium overpowering France with a comfortable 6-0 win. Mexico getting their first goal of the tournament, but losing to Canada in a 4-1 effort. And Korea versus USA, a very entertaining game, ending in 2-2. How does this affect the standings? Well, Korea and the USA still top the pool. Korea by virtue of goal difference. Belgium still applying pressure for a final with 9 points, and Canada, France and Mexico officially out of winning the World Cup qualifier. Canada will finish 4th after the round-robin stage, and France and Mexico will be competing in the 5-6 game come Saturday. Our schedule moving forward: Thursday, April the 1st, the final round-robin pool game where the placings will be sorted out, or the teams for the final placings will be arranged. France play Mexico in a dead rubber effectively in the first game. That'll be just a preemptive game for their 5-6 fixture on Saturday. Belgium play Korea in a really big contest. Belgium, if they win, they will go through to the final. Korea will need a draw or a victory themselves to qualify. And the final game will be USA versus Canada, where a USA point will guarantee them a place in the final. As ever, stay in touch with the USA games by live text commentary at usafieldhockey.com, and stay in tune with things happening at the World Cup qualifier at the Olympic Training Center in San Diego via USA Field Hockey's Twitter page and Facebook page. That's all for today. Bye for now. We look forward to seeing you for tomorrow's highlight show for the final round-robin stage.